broadcasting live now on Twitter, on Facebook, and YouTube. That's right. So if you'd like more free information, or you'd like to see many of the recorded broadcasts I've done, then just go to septictank.co.uk, and there it is. There's my shop and my site where you can get more information. Now, today we're going to look at percolation tests, how to do a percolation test. Okay, so that's what we're looking at today, and the information that we're looking at is based on the guidance given by UK building regs. So here we go. So let me show you this, right? So we're going to look at the percolation test method. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at today. So I'm going to show you, right, how to do a percolation test. Okay, so I'm going to move this screen along to here. All right, and I am now going to get this up. Ba-da! All right, so here we go. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so let's say, all right, you've got your house and you've got your pipe. Okay, so you've got your piping. So you've got your levels. So you've got your piping and you've got your septic tank in the hole, in the ground. Now, you need to work out whether the ground is suitable for your soakaway. So this percolation test will determine the size of your soakaway and the types of soakaway products that you can use. Okay, so just starting first of all, right? So just starting first of all, so we're just looking here. All right, so let me just get the screen up here. So I'm going to read this to you live. That's right, live off the building regs. All right, so now here's your septic tank. Now it shows there, it says that a hole 300 millimeters square should be excavated to a depth 300 mil below the proposed invert depth. All right, so here is the outlet. So let's put the outlet of the tank on. All right, so here we go. Da, 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 da. There you go, there's the outlet pipe. So building reg states that 300 mil below the proposed invert depth, right, of the distribution pipe, you need to dig a hole. So let's dig this hole for you. There we go, there's the hole. Look at that. So it's a standard hole. Okay, it's a standard hole that building reg states should be, right, 300 by 300. All right, so it says, well, in fact, if I read it to you, right, if I read it to you, right, the hole should be 300 millimeters square and excavated to a depth of 300 mil below the proposed invert level. So there you go. So that is our 300 mil by 300 mil squared hole, which is 300 mil below the proposed invert level depth there. All right. So what do we do now? Well, it says building reg states we've now got to fill the hole up here. So let me just fill this hole up with some water. I've got some water here somewhere. But okay, so there we go. We filled the hole with water. All right. So there you go. That's what it looks like. So there is the hole full of water. Well, not full of water, but it says fill the 300 millimeter square section of the hole to a depth of at least 300 mil with water. And then we allow it to seep away overnight. All right. So there it is. It's seeped away overnight. All right. So now the hole is nice and empty again. All right. So what now? Well, it says next day, refill the test section with water again. All right. So we put another 300 mil of water back into the hole. So there we go. We filled the hole up with 300 mil of water. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. Okay. Because it says that you've got to let it drain away to about 25% of it. Wait until that drains away, disperses. Okay, so you've got about 75% left of the water, and this is where you start to get your stopwatch ready. Okay, Now, it says, observe the time in seconds for the water to seep away, okay, from 75% to, and get this, 25%. All right, so the amount of time that it takes to seep away from 75% to 25%, which equals about, is approximately about 150 millimeters. Once you've done that, make a note of the time. Okay. Now, before I go on to how to work the calculation out, it said the test should be carried out at least 3 times with at least 2 trial holes. So here's another trial hole that I've dug away from the tank. There you go. And again, in this instance, I'm going to fill both holes up with 300 ml of water. Don't forget, we've already put the water in the night before it seeped away. So we've now come the next morning, we filled the trial holes up with water, 300 ml full. Then we wait until the water dissipates or soaks away, seeps away to about 75% of its original volume, its height. Then we get a stopwatch and we go right, then we click start, and then we time it from 75% to 25%, okay, which equates to about 150 mil, all right, of seepage there. Now, when we've done that, all right, let's get back to our original hole there. Now, obviously, the other 25% is also going to drain away too, but just keeping it simple here, just keeping it nice and simple, right? And I'll read this to you. Right, so once you've got the time or the mean average for over, you've done each hole 3 times, okay? Each of the 2 holes, you can do 3 holes if you want, but I normally do about 2 holes. It says divide this time by 150, and this gives the average time in seconds. It's a V with a little p by it, required for the water to drop 1 millimeter. And it carries on. Building reg states here, if I read this to you, it states that the test, 1.38, drainage field disposal should only be used when percolation tests indicate average values of V, of the P of between 12 and 100. And the preliminary site assessment report and trial hole tests have been favorable. Okay, this minimum value ensures that untreated effluent cannot percolate too rapidly into groundwater. Where VP is outside these limits, effective treatment is unlikely to take place in a drainage field. However, provided an alternative form of secondary treatment is provided to treat the effluent from the septic tanks, it may still be possible to discharge the treated effluent to a soakaway. So there you go. So that is a real basic overview of how to do a percolation test to test the suitability of the soil conditions where you propose to put your soakaway. So I hope that's helped. I'm going to post this on my sites in a bit. It'll be available on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. But basically, dig a hole 300 by 300 by 300, fill it with 300 ml of water, let it seep away overnight. Then the next day, once it's seeped away, fill it again to 300 ml, wait until 25% of it has seeped away, so you've got 75% left. Start your stopwatch and time it from 75% of its height to 25% of its height, which equates to about 150 mil. Once you've got the time there, you basically can work out the time that the water takes to seep away. And then you can test to see whether your ground is suitable for a soakaway, or what kind of soakaway, or the size of the soakaway, or whether you need a secondary form of treatment or not. So there you go. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch my live broadcast today. If you want any additional information, then just visit septictank.co.uk, where you'll find lots more free advice and information. So thank you very much for watching this live broadcast today. I'm going to do another one later, but enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon.